Well, hello there, all you strange and interesting creatures of the internet. Welcome back to the All Seasons on F1 2016. You can see now that we're at Japan and our driver rank is it's pretty decent. We're at 5 out of 10. Yes, 5 out of 10. And you can see now from the development that we've got just one more development to go onto the car. It's the rear wing end plates, and then that is it. Our car is maxed out to full speed.
Welcome to the only figure of 8 track on the F1 calendar. We're here at Suzuka for qualifying today ahead of the Japanese Grand Prix.
Which unfortunately does not explain why we're doing so bad in qualifying. Oh wait, it's the Hookster. Yes, it does. So Daniel Ricciardo has currently got pole position with a 1:32.323. Let's see what fantastic time Hookster's going to put in the Mercedes car, of course, the fastest car on the grid at the moment. We cross the line and it's fifth, and it's 2.2 seconds behind the leader. Anyway, a little bit later to qualify. Oh my goodness, I don't believe it. I do not believe it. Hamilton has got pole and we're in last place, everyone. We're in last bloody place. What the hell is going on? I'm just completely lost now. I'm completely lost. Anyway, let's see if we can improve on last place as we cross the line. Are we going to? And it's... Oh, yes, we do. Fucking hell. 14th position. Fantastic. Anyway, let's have a look at our driver rank. No, it's gone down into the red. We're back in the... Oh, God, no. Please don't sack me, please.
We're live today from the Mie Prefecture of Japan as we look forward to the Japanese Grand Prix. The 2015 race here was one of only 5 Grand Prix in history to feature no retirements at all. Although with the highly competitive field we have today, I don't expect we'll be repeating that stat anytime soon.
With 5 races remaining, we're still in with a chance of taking the Constructors' Championship. The team need a result from you today.
Anyway, let's have a look at the final good placings then. In first place it was Lulu, second for Sebastian Vettel, third for Daniel Ricciardo, fourth for Maxi Boy Verstappen. In fifth place it's Kimi Raikkonen, sixth place for Sergio Perez, seventh for Hulkenberg, eighth for Fernando Alonso, ninth for Jenson Button. I've missed it. I've lost. Who was in 10th? Who was in? Oh, anyway, 13th place for the Hookster, 15th for Jolly Off Palmer, as you can see. And bringing up the rear, it's Felipe Nasr. Fantastic. Anyway, just before we start, you can see that it's going to be a wet race. It is going to be a wet race, but it is going to dry out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some fuel out of the car before we start. Yes, a little bit of fuel out of the car to see if we can get a little bit of pace in the early laps before we have to come in for our dry tyres. Let's see if it works, lads. Let's see if it bloody well works. So here we are then. It is intermediate conditions as the 5 lights go out once more. Season's career mode, and we say go, and it's away we go. From 13th on the grid, we've got Esteban Gutierrez just off to the right of us as we go into the first turn. Of course, all the spray is going to come straight into Hookster's face. He's got to be able to see anything as we go into turn 1. He takes the cautious line around the outside into turn 1. Oh, he gets past a huge amount of cars. Look at this. It's like getting past the queue on the motorway. Look at that. Straight into, I think, it's 6th place. Yes, 6th position for the Hookster from 13th, and he's going for a move now on one of the false Indias. As you can see, it was Sergio Perez. He gets a yellow flag for that, but he managed to get past. So up into 5th position after just a few corners for the Hookster at Suzuka. Fantastic. Of course, it is raining. It's raining pretty hard, but it's not hard enough for the full wet tyres, so we're on intermediates, and as I said a little bit earlier, it is going to dry out. It's going to dry out, so we're going to go on to dry tyres for the rest of the Grand Prix, which should be good. So up into 5th and chasing Maxi Boy Verstappen at the beautiful Suzuka circuit. Yes, unfortunately it's not very much liked by the Hookster, as it is Sergio Perez, I think, in that false India, tries for a move around the outside, but the Hookster has him covered off there, and he's still holding on to this 5th place. Yes, he doesn't like this very much. Unfortunately, the S is very, very difficult to get right at this track, and so it's not a favourite of the Hookster, not a favourite at all. But he's still he goes wide. Oh my goodness! And he makes contact with Sergio Perez on the false India and almost bins it there, but he manages to hold on. He gets a warning for a collision with Perez. Well, he did make a collision there with Perez, so that's a fair point for the warning. But he manages to hold on. That was very, very dicey indeed, very, very dicey. And you can see that we are almost wide. Oh my goodness, he goes wide again. Well, he's really struggling with this car, but unfortunately we haven't told you that he's actually on a dry setup. He's on a dry setup because he's hoping it's going to dry out and he's going to be like a rocket ship for the final laps of this Grand Prix. But until then, he's just got to really try and see if he can just hold on to the car until it starts to dry up. So lap 2 now. Lap 2 still in 5th position for the Hookster in that beautiful Mercedes livery car of 2016. Absolutely beautiful, yes. And he's still trying to catch Maxi Boy Verstappen. In fact, he's gaining a little bit of ground on Max there. You can see he's caught up a little bit to Maxi Boy. Just looking at the mini-map now, you can see that Lewis Hamilton, I think, is in 2nd place. Yes, he is. So 2nd for Lulu, and we are in 5th position and still chasing hard on Maxi Boy Verstappen. Now, this is all we need. This is all we need. We just need points because we've got quite a bit of a gap, and we will still win this World Championship if we don't get sacked by Mercedes. Now, of course, I took a big risk going to the top team because their expectations of me are absolutely excellent. And yes, we're not doing that well. We're not doing that well. We could have played it safe and gone with Red Bull, but we wanted to go into the fastest car to basically get the job done. We want to get the job done and get this season wrapped up so we can move on finally to F1 2017. Well, that's the theory. Let's hope it works in practice. Oh my goodness, let's hope it works. Otherwise, we could go to a season 6 and nobody wants that, do they? No, nobody wants that, especially the Hookster. He's desperate to get on now and get back into a completely crap car at the back of the grid, because that's basically how fun these seasons work out. I know there's fans of the first season when we're in a crap car, and I know there's fans of like the 3rd and 4th seasons when we get into better cars, but I'm pretty much a fan of the first season getting into those crap cars, to be honest. It's really a lot more fun than in the faster cars. I have to be honest. Anyway, this is now lap 2, just going to lap 3. Daniel Ricciardo, the Honey Badger, is the one that's in the lead at the moment. The Hookster crosses the line into lap 3, still in 5th position ahead of Kimi Raikkonen in that bloody Ferrari car. Yes, the car that he stole from the Hookster. Yes, stole from the Hookster. Oh, he goes wide to the first turn, gets a warning for exceeding the track limits. But he's still desperately hanging on in this Mercedes car. Of course, he has still got that low downforce setup. He has increased some of the front wing on the car just to give him a little bit more grip into the corners, but it is still a very, very low downforce for this circuit and the conditions, in fact, which are still very much in the wet category. Yes, very, very wet indeed. But we still hang on, hoping for that rain to dry up, and then we will be able to go like a rocket ship, like a bloody rocket ship, into the final stages of this Grand Prix. So Kimi Raikkonen still behind us. Maxi Boy still ahead. Just looking behind to see how far back Kimi Raikkonen is, and he's pretty close at the moment. You can see from the arrows that the cars behind are getting very, very antsy, and they want to get past Hookster and steal this 5th position. But of course, we've got to hold on. Because 5th is pretty much the minimum amount of points that we need to win this championship at the moment. Yes, still a few more rounds to go, of course, so it is not wrapped up, and it is not wrapped up until the final race, or pretty much hopefully the final race, because it's the Hookster driving, don't forget. Yes, it's the Hookster, so we could be in trouble here. Anyway, we go down the hill now into the gorgeous 130R section on lap 3, powering through the rain, the mist, the fog and everything that's been thrown at us. And we're still a little bit of a jerk there once again for the Hookster. He's got to be really, really careful to hang on to this 5th position as he jumps over the curbs a little bit. You can see the big wheel in the background going round. I bet there's no one on there. And we cross the line now to start lap 4, still in 5th position. As we accelerate forward now, so now on lap 4, as you can see. And he's got real pressure from the car behind. He gets hit at the Jack Jones by Kimi Raikkonen. The Iceman has hit him, but he manages to hold on to his position. Wow, that was really, really close there. Yes, Kimi Raikkonen went straight to the back of the Hookster, and that was almost disaster. Almost bloody disaster. As we accelerate forward now, still on lap 4, as you can see. And Lewis Hamilton has come into the pits. Now, what has he gone on to? Has he gone on to more intermediates, or has he gone to dry tyres? Well, it is starting to clear up, as you can see, but we're not quite sure. But we're going to go past the pits anyway. You can see on the mini-map that Lewis Hamilton has indeed come in for a pit stop, but we're not sure what tyres he has gone on to. We think it's still intermediates. Well, he disappeared off the screen, so I'm not quite sure. Of course, we could go to the race director, but that's cheating. As we accelerate forward out to lap 6. Lap 6, going past the pits once again. More cars are coming in, so I think they are coming in for dry tyres. Up into 4th place. Oh no! Lewis Hamilton has come in again. I think he's made a fundamental mistake in this Grand Prix. He's come in for another stop, so he must have stopped for intermediates once again, and now he's come in, I think, for dry tyres. Up into 2nd place now as we accelerate forward now to lap 7. Lap 7. Anyway, it's time for the Hookster to come in for his stop. It is definitely dried up pretty significantly now, so we're going to come in for dry tyres. The rest of the teams are also coming out. Ferrari are out as well as we change onto the yellow sidewall tyre. That's going to be the soft tyre for the rest of this Grand Prix. It's going to last no problem at all because we've got not many laps to left in this Grand Prix. And we're going to rejoin, I think, in second place. We're going to be ahead of Lulu because he made that mistake, that little tactical error for Lulu and his team. Well, it's our team as well, but of course they're all completely separate as we accelerate forward now. Still on lap 8, just rejoining the field, and the car goes past us. Oh, and we almost got taken out there by Valtteri Bottas in the Williams car. With a little bit of wheel-to-wheel banging as we rejoin the circuit now. So we're in fourth place now. All the other cars have gone onto the hard tyre. But we should be okay. Not many laps left in this Grand Prix as we accelerate forward down to lap 10. Lap 10, still hold on to fourth position as you can see, but we're under real threat now for Loman Grosjean, and we go very, very wide, very, very wide. You can also see we've got a slight bit of wing damage to the front there, but it's just a tad, just a tiny bit. And the tyres seem okay as we accelerate forward down to lap 12. Lap 12, yes, the tyres are only on 30%, and oh my goodness, no, where did he come from? Where did Lewis Hamilton? He's come out of nowhere, but we do the switchback on him, and yes, get back into fourth position, but where did he come from? Where has Lulu come from? I don't believe it. He's made 2 stops and he's still managed to catch up to the back of us as we accelerate forward now to almost the last lap of the Grand Prix. Just coming round the corner now to start the last lap, and Lewis Hamilton is behind us in 5th position. This is going to be his last opportunity to get past. We just know he's going to dive around the outside of us, but can we do a switchback on him once again? Let's see if it works out. Yes, he does. Look, he goes too wide, and we cut him beautifully there and hold on to this 4th position from Lewis Hamilton. And I think we may have this because there's very few overtaking opportunities for the rest of this lap for Lulu to get past. I think only really the 130R section is going to be his last opportunity to try and overtake us. But of course, we're not going to give up because there's an old saying that goes around here that says that the Hookster never gives up and he never surrenders, don't you know? And that's exactly what we are going to do when he goes a little bit wide there, a little bit wide on the exit, still hanging it out. And holding on to 4th position. Okay, and then we're going to approach this last section of the Grand Prix now, and this is going to be the final opportunity for Lulu to try and get past us. Just seeing the rear view mirrors there, he's pretty close. The arrows, they're starting to fade a little bit now as we're building up speed before we go into this final left-hander and down into the 130R section. And Maxi Boy Verstappen has won the race. Well done, Maxi. He's taken points away from Lewis Hamilton, of course, as we now climb down the hill, and this is going to be the last chance for Lewis Hamilton to try and get past us. We can see he's trying to sneak round the outside of us. There he goes to the inside. He's darting and dashing about all over the place, and he pushes us a little bit wide there as we go into 130R. We have to go very, very wide. There's contact, and Lewis Hamilton's gone round. No! Okay, let's go to a replay and see exactly what happened there. There you go. There's Lewis Hamilton. He's right behind us. He's desperately trying to get past. He goes down the inside, and I think there's going to be a little bit of a squeeze. Yes, there is. And Lewis Hamilton goes around. Oh, my goodness. It's all over. It could be all over for Lewis Hamilton. He rejoins the circuit, as you can see. But, we got a little bit of a tap there. Look, a little bit of a tap from one of the cars behind, but he rejoins. And Rio Haryanto, I think, was the car that tapped into the back of Lewis Hamilton because he's now out of the Grand Prix. We've got yellow flags going off as we're just about to cross the line, and there's more cars going out. Pascal Wehrlein is out as well, but we cross the line in 4th place. Wowzers, me trousers. Fantastic. Oh my goodness. Well, that was epic. Absolutely epic. On the final few corners there, we managed to hold on to our 4th place. And there's the race winner, Maxi Boy Verstappen, in the Red Bull. Fantastic. Well, I don't know where Lulu ended up. I do not know where Lulu ended up. I think he was still in the points. I'm not quite sure. He may have been outside the points. Anyway, there is Sebastian Vettel in the Ferrari, who finished in 9th place. Well done, Seb. Well done indeed. So on to the podium then. There is... Oh my goodness, look at this. We've got a right mix of drivers on the podium. We've got Fernando Alonso. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And Sergio Perez in that Force India as well. But there's Maxi Boy on the top step as the champagne goes over everyone. Fantastic. That's it. Get it in their eyes. They don't care. They're men. Real men. So let's look at the points gap now and see where we are with Lulu. Oh, it's 58 points now. 58 points. Fantastic. As we go on to USA for the next Grand Prix. Yes. So USA Circuit, Austin, Texas. Our driver rank is now 6. So that means we're not going to get the sack. And as you can also see, we are still waiting for that final update for the car. And we're getting very, very close to it. Very, very close indeed.
It's time for today's qualifying session to begin here in the United States. Welcome to the Circuit of the Americas.
So, qualifying for the Hookster, and Jenson Button is currently in pole position with a 1:35.826, and Hookster crosses the line, and it's third place, but he's 1.5 seconds almost behind the leader at the moment. Anyway, a little bit later into qualifying. Oh my goodness gracious, bloody good God. Hamilton's got pole, Hookster's in 20th, and he crosses the line. I think that was 18th, wasn't it? I think it's only 18th place. Yes, it is only 18th position. Oh no, let's go to the driver rank and see where we are now. Oh, it's going down to 5, down to 5, down to 4. We're in the red, No, 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 no. We could get sacked.
In 2012, America's on-again, off-again love affair with Formula One finally seemed to settle down with the completion of this wonderful racing facility here in Texas. Since then, we've been treated to some incredible races, including, of course, that classic wet-dry championship decider of 2015.
It's a steep incline into turn 1 that'll help you scrub speed off. There are multiple lines, so be sure to make use of them.
Okay, so we've got the runners and riders then. First place for Lulu. Oh my God. Daniel Ricciardo in second. Kimi Räikkönen in third. Maxi Boy in fourth position. Sebastian Vettel in fifth. Fernando Alonso in sixth. Seventh for Jenson Button. Eighth for Sergio Perez. Ninth for Hulkenberg. 10th for Jolly Off Palmer. Oh my goodness. How can that even be possible? Anyway, Felipe Massa's got 16th. The Hookster's only got 18th place. And bringing up the rear, it is going to be Carlos Sainz. Wowzers. Anyway, here we go then. It's dry conditions on circuit, thankfully for Austin, Texas, as the 5 lights go out once more on the season's career mode. And we say go, go, go. So it's away he goes. 18th position. Now, of course, the Hookster is going to pick his own line going into this first turn like he always does. He's going to sneak down the inside as he's done countless times before to try and get past a huge amount of cars. He always manages to pull it off. Oh, look out. Jenson Button right in front of us, and Kimi Räikkönen as well. But yes, up into 8th position already. The Hookster dives down the inside, or tries to, on Jenson Button. Look at this, they're going all over the show, but the Hookster goes very, very wide indeed, trying to get past Jenson Button. And one of the, oh my goodness, Renault cars of Jolly Off Palmer. Oh, look at the switchback move he did on Jolly Off Palmer. That's absolutely incredible. That's absolutely unbelievable. Up into 8th position for the Hookster. I just cannot believe that move. But he pulled it off. So up into 8th position. Now, of course, this is not very good. We need to get up to 5th at least to try and hold on to this championship. Yes, I know it's a 58-point lead, but don't forget, anything can happen in the final races. And don't forget, it's also the Hookster. Yes, also the Hookster. Anyway, he's going for a move now on Jenson Button. Look at the overspeed that he's got on the rest of the cars. He sails past Jenson Button and up now into 7th position. Next target is Kimi Räikkönen. Yes, the Iceman himself in that Ferrari car. Can he catch up to the back of him? Now, of course, once again, the Austin circuit in Texas is not a circuit that is liked by the Hookster. Of course, if we had loads of circuits that the Hookster liked, I'm pretty sure he'd win the championship by about the halfway stage every single season. But unfortunately, that's not to be, because a lot of the circuits are not liked by the Hookster. He's got his favourites, but unfortunately, there's more that he doesn't like than there is that he does like. Anyway, oh my goodness, there's a car coming in. That's Jenson Button on the very, very first lap of the race. Going to lap 2. He comes in for a pit stop. So I don't know what's happening there for Jenson Button. Very, very early stop there, but still hold on to 7th place at the moment is the Hookster. And I don't know where Lewis Hamilton is as we just climb up the hill and go down the hill again into the next section of the Austin, Texas circuit. As we see that very, very strange building off to the left-hand side. I'm not quite sure what that is. So through the S's we go. Very, very complicated section this, and you have to get it just right with those curbs, otherwise you could spin out. And in fact, the car does bottom out if you get it a little bit wrong, and it makes a horrible noise as you clatter over the barge ball which is underneath the car if you don't get it just right. Just looking out on the circuit, it looks like it's very, very cloudy and it could rain. Hopefully it doesn't though, as Hookster once again is going down the hill of this next section and holding on to 7th position on lap 2 now, 7th place. We could do with getting a little bit higher up the grid if we can. A little bit higher up the grid. But we will hang on like we always do. Still trying to catch Kimi Räikkönen And just look at the mini-map now. That is Lewis Hamilton currently in the lead of this Grand Prix. You can see his little spot is a little bit brighter of yellow than the rest of the cars, which means that is Lulu, our teammate, and he's currently in the lead. So we are going to lose quite a few points to him in this race if we maintain this 7th place at the moment. But will we maintain it, or will we get a little bit higher before the end of the Grand Prix? We're just about to see as we just come around the corner now to start lap 3. There's the confirmation on screen. Hamilton in the lead. Kimi Raikkonen in 6th position. We are in 7th place as we cross the line now, and you get this beautiful shot as we go up the hill. Just look at the way the front wing is vibrating there from side to side. Well done, Codemasters. Well done indeed. I have to say that is a beautiful, beautiful shot as we now go down the hill and rejoin into the S section, which is very, very complicated, as I said earlier, and we're still holding on to this 7th place. Now, Kimi Raikkonen is actually pulling away from us, which just goes to show how much the Hookster doesn't really like this circuit. Doesn't really like it at all, because he can't maintain pace against the Ferraris, which are a little bit down on us in the development race at the moment. Anyway, still holding on lap... Wait a minute, did I just see rain then? Was that rain coming down? Oh, Marcus Ericsson is now out of the race. I'm sure that was just starting to rain. Oh, and the virtual safety car has come out. So we've got to slow down our pace. Now, has anyone ever done this game and had so much trouble with this virtual safety car? Because trying to maintain your delta pace is very, very difficult indeed. I noticed that they did sort of sort it out for later games where it wasn't that difficult. But in this game, 2016... I find it incredibly difficult to maintain that delta pace and stay out of the red zone. Now, we would be coming in for a pit stop, but unfortunately I think the virtual safety car is going to be finished before we get there. Just look at the mini-map. You can see the checkered flag there, which means the start of the next lap. But I think it's going to be done way before we get to it, because of course we're only going at virtual safety car speeds, which is a lot slower than our full pace, as we're trying to slow down the car once again and not get a penalty for exceeding the virtual safety car speed. So are we going to be able to come into the pits? Well, we're getting very, very close to it. Come on, come on. If the safety car can just stay out a little bit longer, of course, we will get basically a free pit stop because everyone's going at a slow speed. Are we going to come into the pits? Are we going to come in? It's Dyson. No, we've elected to stay out because the safety car, the virtual safety car, has now stopped and it's returned to racing speed. That was a good call there, a very, very late call there from Hookster. He was just about to come in but decided against it because of the virtual safety cars. We accelerate forward out to lap 5. Okay, now he's coming in for his pit stop. Oh, and he hits the barrier as he comes in there. No damage to the car, I don't believe. I think, yes, all the wings are still on, so it's okay, it's all good. But yes, very, very tight entrance there coming into the pit as we change now on to the harder tyre, which is the yellow sidewall tyre. Little bit of a hold there from the lads, but not too bad. Only about half a second, I do believe, as we rejoin now behind this Husk car on lap 6. And we rejoin in 13th position now. Yes, 13th place. As we've got yellow flags coming out. I'm not quite sure what that's all about. No, I'm not quite sure. Anyway, we're coming around this corner now, as you can see, and oh my goodness, a car out of the circuit. It's Rio Harriento in the Manor car. Wowzers. Safety car. Surely there should be a safety car for that. You've got a car in a very, very dangerous position on the circuit. But no, it doesn't look like the safety car is going to come out for that. So still holding on at the moment for the Hookster in 13th position. Yes, 13th place as we accelerate forward out to lap 6, just coming to lap 7. We're coming past the pits and thankfully more cars have come in, so we're going to gain a few positions. Hopefully we can get back into the points again as we cross the line to start lap 7. Yes, 13th, 12th. Any advancement on 12th? Yes, 10th position now. We are on for a single solitary World Championship point. As Felipe Massa has to slow down horribly there for Sergio Perez, the car in front, and this could be the opportunity that we need to try and get past Felipe Massa and get higher into the points as we go through the S section. Look at this, look at the speed we're gaining on the cars in front. There is Felipe Massa, of course, in the Williams car. Yes, the Williams for 2016. That was a year when the Williams was a very, very competitive car. But let's see if we can get past Felipe and get up into 9th position. Just going through the S section. We finished that now. So now we're going to go hard into the braking zone. Are we going to go for a dive down the inside of Felipe Massa? And the answer to that is going to be a resounding yes, we do. So we get past Felipe Massa. In fact, it was quite an easy move in the end and up into 9th position. Our next target is now Sergio Perez as we accelerate forward out of lap 10. Coming past the pits, we've got one more car coming to the pits. I think that's Valtteri Bottas in the sister Williams car. So up now into 8th position. Yes, 8th place as we accelerate forward out of lap 13. Just about to start the last lap of this Grand Prix. Nothing has really happened and we haven't been able to gain any position. So it looks like 8th is going to be our finishing order for this Grand Prix. Yes, 8th position. You can see there's a huge trolley train of cars behind us, desperately trying to get past and steal this 8th place. And that first car is Jenson Button in, of course, the McLaren. Yes, the McLaren car. But we are not able to gain any ground on Sergio Perez. You can see the gap between us now. It's huge, absolutely huge. And we've only got sort of half a lap left of the Grand Prix now, and it'll all be over. So, 8th position, not really what we need. We needed to be a little bit high up the grid, but unfortunately we weren't able to pull that off today. With just a few more corners to go, and it'll be the end of the race. Jenson Button still looking very angry behind us. Oh, Daniel Kvyat is now out of the race. Well, that's not going to affect us because I do believe he was behind us. And of course the Toro Rosso car. So just this final straight to go. Last opportunity for Jenson Button to try and get past us. Is he going to manage to do it? No, he hasn't. And Sebastian Vettel in the Ferrari has won the race. So where did Lulu? He didn't finish the race in first. Well, that's good. That's excellent for us. More points taken away from Lewis Hamilton. As we're just about to cross the line and get through these final complicated corners. Yes, you have to go very wide there to sweep back in to get your exit just right. So the Hookster powering on the power once more. Let's see if he can hold on. Yes, just this left-hander to go now. And then the final left-hander, and it's the race over. And it's only going to be 8th place finish, and we are outside of our team objective as well, which is not going to be good for our driver rank. Anyway, we don't worry about that now as we cross the line in 8th place. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Anyway, Lulu didn't win the race, so it's not too bad. And there's Fabrizio Spaghettatorio. When's your Dormio day? I think it's about time they brought him back. So we can get rid of the wizard, the clown that is currently in charge of Ferrari. Get rid of him. Yes, the children's entertainer has to go now. Let's bring back someone more sensible. As the team mechanics congratulate themselves like they always do. Well done, lads. Well done indeed. On to the podium then. There he is. On the top step. Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton finished in 2nd place. You can see there. Wowzers. But he did lose some points, which is all good. All good. For our championship campaign, as it's now time for the champagne to go over everyone once again. So let's go to those championship points now and see where we are as we go into the final rounds of this championship. But it's not over yet. So we are now 44 points. Oh, 44 points. That's rather good, isn't it? Yes. 44 points ahead now of Lewis Hamilton. Yes.
Well, I'm gonna have to give it to the Mercedes.
Well, it's not over yet, lads. It's not over yet. It's not over until the last race is finished. Or maybe the second to last. Who knows? And there's the constructor standing, still in first place. Let's look at our drive. No, I drive. No, not 3. Don't go down 3 points. Otherwise, we're gonna. Oh, but we're only on 2. Oh, where's MZ? She's not there. She hasn't sacked us yet. I think we're going to be okay, lads. I think we're going to be okay. No sign of MZ, but we are now hanging on by our teeth. If we get the sack before the end of the season, I don't know what I'm going to do. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, everyone. You've been awesome as always. And as always, I will, of course, be more later.